Girl, 2025, I don't know what that was.
When I'm talking to you, I don't know what to say, but I can call up a stranger and talk my whole life away. Milwaukee margaritas. I didn't know that was a day.
Hey girls, happy new year. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Lanisa Jamia here, and I am back with the very first video for 2026. That sounds crazy, right? Y'all, it's been so long, and I wanted to come on and just kind of do a recap of 2025. Though I would not be going into details about every single thing that took place in my life, I do feel that it's necessary before I jump into today's video to just kind of do a recap, because I've been gone for so long. I think the last time I uploaded a video was in April. So much took place, so much changed since then, and honey, we about to hop into it. So 2025 wasn't a horrible year, but it was not my best year. Like, I did have some very hard moments and some hard lessons that I had to learn this year. Well, last year, sorry. It's fresh. Some hard lessons that I had to learn last year, and I feel like that prepped me for this year. One of the major things and major lessons that I did learn last year was not to tie my worth or my value to materialistic things. And I say that because one of the major things that I experienced last year that shifted just my brain chemistry and, just how I move and operate now was losing my vehicle. Yes. So a lot of y'all who follow me, for the girlies who follow me from TikTok, sound off in the comments below, but a lot of you all followed me from TikTok. And if you follow me on TikTok, you saw that I recently purchased a new car. That was not something that I was expecting to do. I was involved in a very tragic car accident that I will not be going into detail about. However, I wasn't at fault. Sometimes you got to say that. But I'm trying not to get emotional, y'all, because it still shakes me up to this day. I'm sorry. And y'all know I'm not a crier on camera. But that accident really just changed my life. Like, it literally changed my entire life. Me purchasing a new car was not something that I wanted to do. It was something that I had to do. Mind you, I had a car that was in great condition. I was a year out from having my car paid off. So I was looking so forward to not having a car note. I had taken great care of my car. I was the only owner of that vehicle. And so I was devastated. Like, that was the one thing in my life that I feel like I took great care of. But, everything happens for a reason. It's been a blessing to be able to have a new vehicle. I love my car. I don't love those payments, but I love my car. I really, really love my car. And I'm just so blessed that, one, God saved me. I'm blessed that I am able to just kind of sit here and talk to you all about it. But additionally, I'm just blessed that I was in a position to be able to get a new car. It did take some time, y'all. It took a lot of tears. When you're purchasing a new car, a lot is on the table. Like, you have to make sure your credit is in order. And my credit was in good condition, but I still wanted to be able to get the most out of that purchase. I wanted to make sure my previous car had fallen off of my credit. And so that took some time, just dealing with all the things like the doctor's appointments, because I was hospitalized. So having to go to all these follow-up appointments and just the mental strain that had on me, it really sent me into a state of depression. And I hate to say it like that because, people toss around that word a lot. Outside of that happening, I had other things going on. But all in all, I'm just so thankful to be here So that was one of the biggest things, that I experienced last year, 2025. I went on some amazing trips, and I will be doing a recap. I just, while I was trying to film this video and just clear up some space on my SD card, I looked at all the footage that I had from trips. I went to Jamaica. That was my favorite. That was like my favorite trip. I went to Jamaica for my birthday. I took my mom to Mexico for her birthday. This was her first time out of the country. I went to the Netherlands. I had an amazing time visiting my sister, supporting her, celebrating her because she just got engaged. So if you follow me on TikTok, you already know all this information. But travel, I went to my first LSU football game. That was so much fun. I went to New Orleans, DC, went back to Maryland. So I traveled a lot last year, and I don't know if I will be doing as much traveling this year, but I'm definitely looking forward to one of my trips this year. I'm going to Nigeria. So I'm really excited this year for that. But girl, 2025, I don't know what that was. I don't know what 2025 had in it. But when I tell y'all, that year turned me every which way but loose. Okay. Like, I was absolutely ready for this year. But yeah, 2025 wasn't all bad. It certainly wasn't all good, but I'm just so filled with just so much gratitude and happiness about 2026. I'm just ready to thrive. Like, ooh, that might be my word for this year. I prayed about that the other day. I'm like, God, just give me a word. But I like that, thrive. I'm ready to thrive in 2026. So enough of that. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into today's video. I purchase this planner every single year. I've been purchasing Booked. This is a planner by the brand Booked. I've been purchasing these planners for the past, I would say 4 years. Yeah, for the past 4 years. I love this planner. First of all, number one, because it's Black owned. Number two, because of the attention to detail. Number three, because of the graphics. Like, I love the graphics. Like, if you grew up in the 90s, you were most likely hip to Lisa Frank. When I tell y'all, I love Lisa Frank down. I love Lisa Frank. I feel like my stationery obsession started as an adolescent with Lisa Frank. So as an adult, I love journals. I love planners. I love notepads, pens, markers, stickers, and all the things. But I love how Booked captures just art in a way where it doesn't look childish, and it still gives like, okay, this is artistic, but it's still grown. It's very elevated. It has stickers. It has like the illustration and like just the little quotes. This one says, this is January, so it says, but hopefully with God's blessings, it shouldn't be no way for me to lose, really. Old Kanye. And I'm glad she put old Kanye. But yeah, this is Black owned, woman owned, a planner. It has, it's just, this is the deluxe one. This is Booked Deluxe. And I actually have purchased Booked and Busy. I had Booked and Busy last year. This year I decided to do the deluxe because I feel like it just kind of fits what I'm trying to do and where I'm trying to go. But yeah, it has an official reading list, a vision board area that you can utilize. It also has a bingo chart in here because I know, like, what was it, last year, the year before last, the girls were doing bingo charts for some of their goals. Here is an area for you to like write out your goals. And I've already written out my goals, but I wrote them out in my journal. I am going to transfer some of them over to here, and we're going to talk about that as well. But I don't want this to be specifically about this planner. I do have a discount code for this planner. So if you would like to save money, I'm going to put my discount code on the screen. It is Planning with Lanisa Jamia. You will save some money on your planner. And do not allow society to make you feel like just because you did not have all of your goals mapped out by December 31st that you are behind. You are not behind. You are not behind, girl. Like, I'm still working on some of my stuff, so it does not matter. But I will be gifting one of you with this planner or one of the planners on the site. So continue watching and I will share the details of how to enter into the giveaway. So girl, let's get into the nitty gritty. 2026, like I said, I love the word thrive. 2026, I just kind of want this to be my best year. And in order for it to be my best year, I have to visualize who I want to become, why I want to become that person, and how does she show up. I won't go into details regarding my actual goals for the year because a lot of my goals are kind of personal. And like I said, I am still working on the details of said goals. I've already done a vision board. I did my vision board back in October, child. I did a vision board back in October, and I feel like when it comes to mapping out your goals and your plans for the year, just how you want your year to go, you have to put action behind those things. So I did create an action guide that I am using to just kind of hone in on my goals and really put checkpoints attached to my goals to make sure that I am actually on track with accomplishing those goals, because just writing a goal is not enough. What's the action? I will have that template available for you all in the description box below if you want to get it. I'll probably have it, I don't know, for a couple dollars or whatever. I don't know. It's something that I started last year. So when I started a hair calendar last year. This year, I took it a step further. So let's jump into the guide. So I do have notes because I want to make sure that I'm staying on track, and I want to make sure that this video is not super, super lengthy. My 2026 glow up guide. I want to show up as my best self. Like, what does she look like? One of the things that I am doing to glow up in 2026 is to stop waiting for people. Let's talk about it. Waiting on people will always cost you because you will end up spending more money, or you'll just lose out on the experience altogether. If I want to go to a concert, I'm going to get my ticket. I may even get 2 tickets, and then I may say, hey, do you want to go to this concert? I already bought our tickets. I'm just not completely assed out. I can't go because I'm waiting on somebody to respond or whatever the case is, and the tickets have already gone on sale. Or another example, waiting on a friend to purchase a flight. I waited on one of my friends to purchase a flight, and that flight ended up almost costing me double from what I was going to pay when I was initially going to pay for my flight. So it's no shade to anybody, because I love all of my friends. I don't have people in my life that I'm beefed out with. Right? I mean this with love, and I mean this with care. I'm pretty sure you're probably like, what does that have to do with you going up? So when you stop waiting for people, you get to experience things on your own. And that's one of my goals for 2026. One of my personal goals for 2026 is to just do more things alone by myself. And so I have to make sure that I'm pouring back into myself and just doing things alone. All in all, the question is, do you want the experience or do you want company? So number 2, read my Bible every single day. I've always had the Bible app downloaded on my phone, but last year I purchased a physical Bible. Y'all, when I tell y'all, here it is right here actually. When I tell y'all, this was the best investment that I could have made last year. It's one thing to have the Bible app on your phone, but it's a totally different thing when you have a physical Bible. If you're not spiritually led, you are emotionally led. Number 3, curate what you consume. About a year ago, I made the conscious decision to unfollow blog pages like The Shade Room, Baller Alert. I even took it a step further and unfollowed some celebrities. Child, I even blocked a celebrity because I kept constantly seeing her tweets or her post, because now Instagram does this thing where it'll say suggested or whatever. And so I had already unfollowed her because I just felt like she was just so catty and so messy, and she was always in mess. And I unfollowed her, but I ended up having to block her because I was still seeing her stuff. I even unfollowed some creators who I felt like were just in a constant state of depression. And I think that's why it's so important to give content creators or celebrities grace when they do go on like hiatuses or things like that. Because me personally, when I'm going through things, I feel like energy is transferable, and I would never want to come on camera and it being noticeable, or y'all like, oh, she's so depressed. You know what I'm saying? Some people like to document the process. I'm not that girl. I am not that girl. I need to sit back, be quiet, regroup, and tap in with God. And that's exactly what I did. But I say all this to say, you are what you consume. I have since started curating just my timeline, my algorithm, and all the things. And I want to be motivated. I want to feel inspired. I want to see creators who, you know, just push me to want to do great things like they are. And it's nothing wrong with being inspired by others. I am big on giving credit where credit is due. I am inspired by a lot of other creators, and I love that. But you just have to be careful and cautious about how much you are consuming. So yeah. Number 4, change what you don't like about yourself. So this is a little personal for me, and I don't mind sharing it because this is my glow up guide for 2026. This year, I am looking into Invisalign, teeth whitening, and laser hair removal. Those are 3 major things and 3 expensive things. So I don't know how the prices are looking, but like I said, I'm going to look into those things. Now, with Invisalign and teeth whitening, those are 2 things that I have been wanting for a very long time. And I love my smile, don't get me wrong, but I definitely feel like it could be polished more. I drink a lot of coffee, so I feel like that's necessary for a coffee drinker as myself. Additionally, I had braces in the past, and so over time my teeth have shifted, and I just want to get them back to a smile that I am 100% confident in. I'm confident in my smile, don't get me wrong, but it's something that I want to change, and if I have the ability to do so, I'm going to do that. Laser hair removal, I feel like that is pretty much self-explanatory. Hairy girl, stand up, okay? Like, I feel like it's just pretty much self-explanatory. I have heard that it hurts really, really bad, but y'all, I don't know if I will be able to be 40 years old still getting Brazilian waxes. Like, I feel like my tolerance has changed over the years, and y'all, I literally dread going to get waxed. Like, I literally dread going to get waxed, and it's not funny. I mean, obviously, once you get that first pull, you like, okay, we doing it, we good. But still, like, it does not get easier. I don't care what the people say. They lying. Number 5, proper plan out and curate my year. When I don't plan, I rush. And when I rush, I feel like I'm super anxious, irritable, overwhelmed. And I run the risk of not being able to enjoy whatever event or outing I am preparing for. So this will look like just me just being more conscious of not over or double booking myself, not immediately saying yes or responding to plans right away, just so I can give myself time to look at my calendar and see what's going on. In return, I feel like it will help me to just be more punctual for events. It'll also help me to not spend unnecessary money, rush shipping things, or paying extra for things because I waited to the last minute to buy something. And so this goes back into the action plan template that I was talking to you all about. In that action plan, I planned out my hairstyles for the year. I'm even planning out my nail sets for the year, because I cannot tell you all how many times I've spent so much unnecessary money going to the nail salon because I was rushing trying to decide on a nail set. I ended up not liking it and having to go back and get them redone. We're not doing that in 2026, okay? I am planning out my nail sets for the year to prevent me from overspending. So proper planning prevents poor performance. I don't want to be anxious. I don't want to be overwhelmed. I want to be punctual and show up to the events, the outings, things in general. Like, I just don't like feeling rushed. When I rush, I'm just very annoyed and I got an attitude, and we're not doing that in 2026, okay? Number 6, This is a good one. Stick to the plan and not my mood. Your fitness, financial, and professional goals do not care about your mood. They don't. Things will still have to get done. So what does that look like? It looks like still showing up when you are sad, mad, not in the mood, because your future self will thank you. The most consistent thing that I feel like I've done for myself was stay consistent and committed to my fitness journey. Whether that was me taking a walk, strength training in the gym, Pilates, doing something, I stuck to the plan and not my mood. So this year I want to challenge myself to run a race. I think I'm gonna start off small, like a 5 or a 3K, start off a little small, but I have to train for that. So I'm sticking to the plan. I don't run when I do my cardio. I just do other things for cardio. So I do want to challenge myself this year for doing that. And I will give you one last one, a bonus one, if you will. Number 7 is revamp my wardrobe. And I feel like this is more so self-explanatory. We all know what wardrobe revamping is, but I am 32 and I feel like I should be dressing like it. Grown and sexy. Like, I want to be grown and sexy, not cute. I don't want to be, oh, she's cute. No, she looks good. She looks very well polished. She grown. Like, that's the type of energy that I want to exude at work, in the street, at church, anywhere. Like, I want to, not sexy at church. He ain't sexy at church. But we are looking grown and looking very well put together and polished. So I started curating some looks that I want to just kind of recreate when I do my shopping haul. But one of the things that has motivated me for being able to do that is last year I challenged myself to basically purge my closet before I did a big haul. And I'm going to do the same thing again this year, because I feel like when you do that, you are being disciplined, obviously, by just not overbuying things, because you're seeing what's in your closet, but you're also making room for new. You're creating space for new things to come. So we don't want our closets over cluttered. And that's something that I struggle with a lot. I'm not even going to hold y'all. I'm human. I'm human. But that was the last one for my 2026 glow up guide. If you all want a part 2, let me know down in the comments below. But if you made it this far to the video, number 1, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like to enter into the giveaway, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, and you need to drop down in the comment section below one goal or one item from your glow up guide for the year. Once I see those comments, I will make a decision and I will announce it on my Instagram account, and I will also send you a DM on Instagram. So those are the things that you need to do. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for making it this far and tuning into the video. I'm so excited for this year, especially just getting back on YouTube. Y'all know it's been a long time coming, but I have some really, really great things planned for this year, y'all. We are starting a new series on this channel, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in the next video. But again, if you made it this far, thank you all so much. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn your post notifications on so you'll be notified when I upload. I love y'all. Bye.